Hey there, muses, or hi, hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tyler, also known as T-Mann Tarot across the internet, your favorite deck specialist, here giving you reviews on tarot combination here, tarot, oracle, and anything metaphysical for your own cartomancy and divination spiritual practices. The goal here is for me to review them so that you can see the cards, the pictures, the card quality, the box, how it comes, all of it, so that you can make a decision on whether or not you would like to purchase it with your own hard-earned cash. But before we decide to dive into this week's video, please make sure that you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another tarot deck review. So let's dive into it, friends, shall we? All right, now that we have changed our angles, so we are talking about the Erotic Tarot. Now, YouTube, if you are listening and watching, this is for educational purposes only, and this is artwork. This is illustrations. This is art. This is not what it looks like, but we're talking about the Erotic Tarot, intimate intuition. And here's the thing, friends. I've had this deck for a minute. We're doing some rearranging in the apartment, so I decided to pull this because we are making some changes. You might have noticed that, like, in my daily reads, my angle is a bit different, and I was like, when I was taking down my decks and things like that to make some space, I found this and I was like, let me dive into this, because some of you might know I've been looking at making spicier tarot readings and descriptions that are queer and kind of kinky friendly, and I forgot that I had gotten this. And there's a reason. I have mixed feelings about it. So, it says, be guided by your desires. Deepen your personal tarot journey with the focus on love and pleasure. This fully illustrated, false, not fully illustrated, right? The majors are illustrated, the courts are illustrated, everything else is pip style. So you can stretch to the truth by saying it's fully illustrated because you probably drew all of the changes, all of the pips, but it's not a fully illustrated, in my opinion. 78 card tarot deck comes with an extensive guidebook, kind of paper thin, to guide you through the ways of reading the cards to help you explore intimate possibilities, unlock your erotic potential. Now, here's the thing. Here's where I kind of feel it was going to be a disconnect. The illustrations by Sophie Barkin, which are beautiful, right? Text by Fickle Finger of Fate, and design by Georgia Charon, sorry if I butchered your last name or your first name. 3 people involved in this deck creation. Guarantee that when there's more than 1 or 2 people involved, they're not always going to be on the same page with what the definitions and the illustrations mean. So some things to me in the guidebook don't match up, but comes in this 2-piece box, great to keep everything in. Come on. So there's that. The guidebook here. This paper choice is so crazy to me. Actually, I'm looking at my camera view angle, and it actually looks so much better in the camera than it does in person. I can actually see the details on the camera better. Maybe I need to go have my eyes checked. But in person, this paper is such a, why? Anyways, we have an overview of tarot. We have the Erotic Tarot elements. So candles are our wands, roses are our coins, feathers are our swords, and shells are our cups, which makes sense. Those logically make sense. how to use the tarot. We have spreads, and then we go into the descriptions. Now, we're going to go right to the Lovers card here. And I'll flip through all of the cards in a second, right? So the image, Lovers, actually, let me see if I can find it quickly. Kind of pull us in just a little bit here. There we go. All right, lovers meeting in a changeable landscape. As individuals, we can decide how we relate and navigate with the other. Do opposites attract? Do you look for yourself in a partner? Gender or sexual roles are mostly for social convenience. Can you choose to play with them in your encounters? Learn more about yourself in the process. The advice. Employ difference and diversity in your advantage and enjoy it. Be diplomatic in exchange and be open about your own strengths and performances. Take care. You can be, take care note. Woo. It can be a fine line between frisson and drama. Keep it light for now. Walk away from complete clashes of interest. Yeah, so this guidebook, this is what I mean. It doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense to me. So like, yeah. So moving through, gonna just pick us back up a little bit here. Card stocks leads to uprights and inversions. Yeah, does have a great kind of little snap here to it. There we go. Right? And I kind of love this magician is really playing on the emphasis. If you kind of look at the background here, you'll see all of the tools they're playing with. It's just body inclusive, orientation inclusion. Love that this, the high priest is the Hierophant, but also talks about like the chastity play that I've kind of talked about. They have switched strength and justice. So they went with the Marseille Tarot, what you doing in your alone time. So it is just a lot of fun here. Playing that naughty devil being kind of a good thing. Star card is still very the star related, right? The awakening as judgment. But here, like, these cards are great. I love them here. And so this is what I mean by we're not fully illustrated. The court card, like, they're just pips, right? There's nothing really special here. There's no details, and this is what I want. I prefer fully illustrated. So this, to me, is not necessarily pleasuresome, right? And this is why I think there's so many people involved. Somebody illustrated this and then kind of was like, okay, let me just make these quickly, right? Right? The Two of Shells, what is that? Right? And not even pictures here. Candles, feathers, shells. Okay. So what is the erotic nature of the Two of Shells? A meeting of the hearts to the exclusion of others. Marriage, you might want to spend a bit of time beyond your bubble of two first. Appreciate your friendships. This is why I feel like this is a money grab, right? Because that is not what I want in kind of the idea of an erotic tarot. I want more than just pips. Now the court cards are illustrated which is beautiful. I love the page of shells. Love that they are on the beach enjoying themselves. The knight here is really that, honestly, that understanding of like the Prince Charming, but really in themselves and their own reflection. Oh, that's a beautiful detail. Keeping the fish, a fish tattoo, I kind of like that. Queen and the king. But then all of the pips, right? They're all pip related. So wands are candles until we get to the courts. Feathers for swords. I love that they are kind of the playful feathers, right? So really emphasizing kind of the difference of bedroom play tools. You know, a tickler in a way, or a paddle, right? And then, again, the courts. Love this king. He's so fun. Our pentacles are roses. And then the court cards, which again are stunningly beautiful and illustrated and inclusive. But this is not a deck that I don't know if I'm going to read with all. I might read with just the majors because those are fun. But then what's the point of having just a majors only deck? I want all 78 cards to be fun and spicy. Let's give the shuffle here. Let's test it out. Beautiful shuffle, right? It does give, like, this cardstock is going to take a beating. We get a pretty even distribution here, so this is great card quality, but it just feels like it is a miss for me in the realm of, like, spiciness. It's also... it is inclusive, but there's not as much queer representation. I don't know. It just is it's a miss for me. Let me know in the comments what other maybe erotic or spicy tarot decks or oracle decks are out there. Maybe I'll look into those. But a closer inspection of the erotic tarot is coming up right now.